Hello, everyone. Welcome back to In Yard Podcast with your host, Colin Savala and Brandon Cox. And it's been a few months since we recorded our last episode, so thank you for staying with us here. And we're recording here on Monday, March 23rd, and we are 2 days away from opening day. Brandon, I feel like the offseason went by really fast this year. I don't know what it was.
Really fast.
I don't know if it was the Olympics. I don't know if it was, other stuff going on in between, or just life in general. But yeah, next thing you know, 2 days away from opening day, our Yanks will open up with the San Francisco Giants in San Fran. So yeah, Brady and I are super excited about that, and we're super excited for the season to be here again. Brady, yeah, give me your thoughts there.
Yeah, I mean, how could you not be excited? We're getting baseball back after what, like a 4.5, 5 month hiatus, whatever it was. Um, and we got to cherish it while it's here because there is continued talks about a lockout and all that. So
Yes,
who knows when our next opening day will be? You know what I
yeah, it's a
mean?
good way
So
to
not
put it.
not not to make it too
Yeah,
sour to start, but
yeah,
excited for the season. How could you not be?
yeah. It might be our last real opening day for who knows how long. It's a good point.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brady and I usually we do episode for each division in between seasons, like a season preview, but haven't really had the time, haven't really had the schedules align. So we're actually just gonna give you guys all of our division predictions like in just one episode here. And a
Yeah.
couple other hot takes for the season here and there. The only thing, Brandon, it does not feel like baseball weather yet. I don't know about you in Wilmington, but right now it's currently I think 30 degrees with a wind chill where I am, and just doesn't quite feel like baseball weather, but it'll be here soon.
Yeah, it's been all over the place. We got like a few days 2 weeks ago where it was like 85, and then it's like, okay, now it's a
Yeah,
high of 35. So
that's March for you. But yeah, Ray, you want to get right into it?
let's do it.
Yeah. I was thinking we'd start with the AL. Start with
Definitely.
the AL, and we'll save the East for last.
Okay.
But let's start with the AL West. Are you good with
Okay.
that?
I'm
So
cool
AL
with that.
West last year, Mariners came in first, Astros, Rangers, A's, Angels. So yeah, Bray, give me your thoughts on the AL West as we go into
I mean,
2026.
yeah, I mean, it's to me, it's a highly competitive division. It is almost every year. I mean, it feels like the last what I hate to just say 5 years because it may be longer than that, right? But it's been the Rangers, the Astros, and now the Mariners who have kind of been at the top of that division. Every once in a while, the A's have a good year. Every once in a while, the Angels have a decent season. They don't usually sniff the postseason, um, but yeah, I think it's going to be a fun division to watch. To me, there is a clear number one, and then it kind of gets a little spicy or choppy because I think that you can make an argument for a couple of these teams,
Mm-hmm.
and I think you can make a couple arguments against these teams.
Yeah,
So I think it'll be fun to watch.
yeah. All right. So do you want to give me your prediction first, or do you want me to go first?
I'll let you go first. You
All right,
start us
I'll
off.
I'll kick us off. Um, so Braden, this year, should we go 1 through 5 or 5 to 1?
I think you go with 1 through 5.
1 through 5. All right. So I think the Mariners are going to win the division, Braden. I think they have an identity now. They know they can compete. Last year, they were had a 2-0 lead on the Blue Jays, who, Blue Jays almost won the World Series. So I think the Mariners know who they are. But I think there also might be some pressure on them now because like there's kind of high expectations. But I still have them winning the division, coming in first. And then Braden, my number two, I'm gonna have the Las Vegas A's coming in second in the division. They have firepower offense. It's the pitching, obviously, still a little shaky, but I think maybe they'll make some moves, especially if they're kind of in contention. Maybe they'll get some pitching, starting pitching, relief pitching. And you saw their offense last year. They're really good offensively. Just got to figure it out pitching wise. So hopefully they make some moves there. I haven't really done much this offseason to address that. But I just have high hopes for them. And third, Brandon, I got the Rangers. Um, I'm just kind of neutral about them. They kind of had a decent like August last year, but couldn't quite like break through. They're kind of young, didn't really make any real off-season transactions. So I don't know I don't know where the Rangers are going
Kenzie
to stand.
Gore.
Yeah, I know
Pitching
you're
staff's
really
good.
high. I know you're really high in the Rangers. You were last year, so I'm curious as to where you're going to go with them this year. And then four, Brandon, I have the Astros coming in fourth in the rebuild. I don't know if I love that take, but just because they are the Astros, they're still going to be good. They lost Fromber. Um, Jose Altuve is not getting any younger. Bregman's obviously gone. He's been gone for a year now. I just think it might be a little rebuild year for the Astros, especially after they barely scraped into the playoffs last. Did they make the playoffs last year?
Rangers, no.
No, the
Or
Astros. I
Astros,
mean,
no.
yeah. So yeah, so 2 years ago they barely made it to the
And they lost
playoffs.
at home in the wild card.
Yeah, and then last year they missed.
Yeah.
So I just think I can see them taking one more step back before they climb back up again. And then I have the Angels coming in fifth. I just can't see them being any good. Trout's getting old. Again, didn't really do anything this offseason. So that's my 1 through 5.
Okay. So I agree with you on one. I think Seattle is definitely the best team in this division. I really like the addition of Brendan Donovan. No, I don't expect Cal Riley to replicate what he did
Mm-mm.
last year because that would be kind of absurd if he were to even get anywhere close to that. I still think he's a great player. I think he'll still contribute. Um, but overall, like the only loss to me really was Suarez, and he wasn't even he wasn't like this huge contributor for them. I think they expected more from him when they traded for him from the Diamondbacks. Um, but I'm gonna be different than you, man. I have the Astros second, and
Okay.
it's not because I understand the rebuild. I get it, right? But like all I can remember is this team figuring it out. Like I get they missed the postseason last year, and the
Yeah.
year
No,
before
you're right.
they
You're completely
they
right.
made it to the wild card, and yeah, they lost. But like there's something in me that's still like, okay, they have Hader, they've got Altuve, like Jeremy Pena, Jordan Alvarez was out for a lot of last year. Like, what is he gonna look like this year? I can't look at the rest of the teams in the division and be like, yeah, like they're definitively better than the Astros because I've seen the Astros do it and figure it out. If you're gonna ask me, do the Astros make the postseason? I say no, right? But I still think that they're gonna be second in this division.
Hmm.
Third, I have the A's for a lot of the same
Okay.
reasons you mentioned, but I still don't trust them. Like you said,
That's
their
fair.
offense has been crazy, but they're pitching like they'll lose games like 10-9 consistently. And it's just not a winning formula. I think it's good enough to I don't know what their over under on wins is, but like I would be tempted to take the over because I think they have a high ceiling. It's just a matter of if the pitching figures itself out.
Yeah.
Um
And they have
and
they
yeah, I
have
do
some
look
good young pitchers kind of on
yeah,
the rise, so maybe they could step up and help them in more games.
yeah, I mean, I guess my point is like they had Mason Miller and they let him go last year, and I get
Yeah,
it,
that's true.
right? But like stuff like that doesn't make me think that like okay, like this team is a potential wild card team, right? I think we're still a year, maybe a few out from that. And I'm gonna have the Rangers fourth. I'm high,
Yeah.
always on the Rangers, but like their offense is old, man.
Yeah.
For one, their
Yeah.
offense is old.
I mean,
They
they
haven't
have Wyatt Langford, right? But he's kind of like their youngest good hitter that's like consistent, right?
Yeah,
Maybe
and
there's
like
one
I
more.
love Corey Seager,
Yeah.
but like what are you gonna get from there? I love their pitching staff, right? I hope DeGrom can put another great season together. I love the addition of Mackenzie Gore. I love Nathan. I love everything about their pitching staff. I just like I don't know, maybe it's because they bit me last year and the
Yeah.
year before,
Hmm.
right? I'm gonna have them fourth, but I think those three teams, the Astros, the A's, and the Rangers, are gonna be very close.
Yeah, I agree.
The
I
Angels
agree.
last.
Yeah. No, that's
So
solid. I think 1 and 5 is kind of I don't want
yeah,
to say obvious, but kind of like pretty confident you could say. But the sandwich in between a 2, 3, 4 is kind of a like a coin toss for those three spots.
for
So yeah, it can
sure.
be interesting to see how those teams do. All right, let's move over to the AL Central. This one's a little more fun. I think you could go a lot of ways with the AL Central band, but you could kick us off for this one.
Yeah, so you want my predictions
Yeah,
or
give me your 1 through 5, or like in any other takes that you have in between.
yeah, I mean, I think this is again an enticing division. I think that there's one team that I'm really looking at as like, okay, you got to figure it out this year, and I expect
Mm-hmm.
them to win the division. I'm not saying they're gonna cakewalk to it, but I think they did enough this offseason to make me still believe in them. I know that there were question marks going into last year when they made the postseason the year before, where they were like, okay, they're going to be able to kind of follow that up. Are they still going to have the expectations? But I'm going to have the Tigers one.
Hmm.
Obviously, they still got Scooble. Like, what's going to happen there
Right.
with Scooble? I think at this point, you got to keep him. I feel like you've got a team that in the AL, which I think is still like collectively weak. I guess you could say, not to say that it's bad, but it's not like there's a clear cut number one or number two. I think that there's a couple different teams you could look at in the AL. I think the Tigers window is totally open. I love the addition of Frambler there. So I'll have the Tigers one. I'll have the Royals two.
Okay.
Uh, I think a lot of people are high on the Royals this year. I think a lot of that is attributed to Garcia's performance in the World Baseball Classic. Bobby Witt looked unreal defensively in the World Baseball Classic. Like he, to me, is in that conversation for AL MVP for sure this year. Um, and they have a lot of like decent pitching too. Like they got Seth Lugo, they got Cole Reagans, they got guys who can throw for sure. So I'm gonna go with the Royals there. I'll go Cleveland three kind of by default, like
Hmm.
they just didn't do it. Like name one Cleveland offseason move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nothing.
Like they made the playoffs last year. They won the division last year, but the
Right.
Tigers kind of handed it to them. Not to say they didn't play well, but it was kind of a perfect storm for them. Like if you were to ask me, do you think they make the postseason? I would lean no. But if there's any
Hmm.
team in the AL where I'm like, yeah, I could see this team completely missing the playoffs or potentially making a run into the ALCS, it's Cleveland, right? Just
Right.
because they do it. Um, and then four, maybe a surprise. I don't know. Maybe I'll see where you stand, but I'm gonna put Chicago at four.
Yeah. And that's
Just
solid.
because I think that they're gonna be better than the Twins. I
Yeah.
have
Twins are
there's
bad.
nothing going for the Twins
Twins
in
are
my
bad.
eyes.
Yeah.
I remember last deadline they like basically got rid of everything.
Yep.
Um, so there's not much going on there. It's definitely a rebuild. And I think the White Sox will just
That's a
again,
good.
I don't know what their over under is, but I think that they're just
Yeah.
going to be slightly better than the Twins, which is a win in their book. So,
Right. Yeah, I mean, can't really go wrong with those that division. I feel like it really is a toss up, especially between the first three teams, and then kind of White Sox kind of made some moves right this
yeah,
offseason, so maybe they could build off of that. Let's not forget the White Sox were really good like 4 years ago, so maybe they just had needed a little bit of a rebuild, and like you said, the Twins sold the ship last year. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, Braden, I have a little bit different standing predictions than you for the
Okay.
Central. I'm going one Royals,
Okay.
two Guardians, three Tigers, four Twins, five White Sox. Um, so I just
So
have
completely
really,
different.
yeah, I have really high expectations for the Royals this year. You saw Michael Garcia kind of had a breakout, like you said, in the WBC. Bobby, really good. Um, Vinny Pasquantino is pretty good. So
Yep.
I just think this is a year where like they have to put it together. I just
I
been
agree.
seeing Cole Reagans has a chance to win the Cy Young. Look at when you look at the betting odds, like their pitching's pretty solid. Um, last year they kind of I felt like they underperformed last year. I think I was high on
Definitely.
them. But they know how to take care of business now. Bobby's, not as young anymore. He was only rookie like 2 years ago. Um, and I think they kind of have more of like an understanding of who they are, like more of an identity. So I'm with the Royals one. Guardians, they just I can't count them out because they just seem to never go
You
away.
trust them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
last year they were 16 games out of the division. They ended up winning it, which is pretty crazy. Tigers, I think they're going to have a regress year, especially with this thing going on with Scooble. Like if he gets traded, if they're not really in contention, they might just sell the whole ship. I just can't see them being great, but maybe they'll prove me wrong. And then Twins and White Sox, kind of a coin flip for 4 and 5. I like your take on the White Sox doing better than the Twins. I think Twins have nothing going for them. But yeah, that's my prediction. You have
Let me
any
ask you
thoughts
this
there? Yeah.
though. Let me ask you this. Are the Royals the only team from the Central that make playoffs? Like what odds do you give Cleveland
Yeah.
to make the playoffs?
Just I'm I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but like I just think the AL East is going to be really good. I
Okay.
said that last year though, and they weren't really that
That's
impressive. So I
okay,
don't
but
I don't know.
that's a
I don't
reasonable
know.
take.
Yeah, so I just think it's going to be tough. So I guess there could be two teams from the Central. So say three teams from the AL or three teams from the East, two from the Central, and then one from the. I think the Mariners are like going to be the only team that make the playoffs from the West,
Okay. I think that's fair take.
and then
I
so
I'm just
that'll leave like two for the Central, and then three for the East. That's my prediction. I always
and that's
overhype the AL East, so it seems like I don't know if I'm biased because we're Yankees fans, but yeah,
yeah, no, I think everything you said was fair there. To me, I definitely have the Tigers, obviously, because I've been winning the division. I also have the
yeah,
Royals. I think the Royals are a
yeah,
sneaky World Series team.
yeah.
I'm
I
not.
think
I don't want to jump. I don't want to jump
yeah,
to any conclusions here, but like they feel like the kind of team that like can beat the odds even as a wild card team and can get
yeah,
there.
yeah. They gotta
That's just the vibe they
they
give me this
they
year.
just gotta put it together, and they gotta make it there. Last year they didn't even make it to the playoffs, so
Yeah.
I think they're gonna put it together this year. I just have this feeling, especially after what we saw in the WBC, like they know that they're a good team. They know they have a good players. They just got to put it together.
Yeah. And I don't hate your Tiger, like the points you made about the Tigers, right? Obviously, I have them winning it. You have them finishing third.
Yeah,
I think a lot of it
I
is
don't know.
contingent
I
on
just don't know.
Scooble, right? If
Yeah,
Scooble goes out there and shoves, like, and the team is performing like they did
which he
last
will.
year,
Like
like, and I'm
he's
not
gonna
even
do
saying they need
fine.
to be leading the, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying they need to be leading the AL, but if they're atop the division, they feel good, they're playing well. Like, to me, there's nothing that says they won't
Yeah,
do it besides
but
last
you
year
also
they kind of imploded, but
you also have the thing they imploded last year when they had a huge division lead. So like, which
true.
Tigers are we gonna get, right? So
Yeah,
that's why I have them at third. But
fair enough.
yeah, all right. Let's move on to the AL East, our favorite division. Um, Last year, Braden Blue Jays came in first, tied with the Yankees, but they had the head to head. Red Sox came in third. Rays came in fourth. O's came in last. Kind of some big moves all across the board in the AL East. Blue Jays lost Bo Bichette. The Yankees kind of didn't really do much. Red Sox went out and got Ranger Suarez. Roman Anthony looked good in the World Baseball Classic. You got the Rays and you got the O's who signed Pete Alonso. Gunnar Henderson had a decent tournament. But yeah, give me your 1 through 5 for the AL
Now
East
you got to
this
go
year.
first, bro. You got to go first, bro,
Why?
because it's the Yanks. We're talking the Yanks here.
All right.
I gotta feel you out.
Your name. I think I might have had this exact same standings last year.
Okay, well, we're on the same page so far then.
One Red Sox, Braden. I just think they're gonna put it together this year. Their pitching staff is really good with Crochet and Ranger Suarez. That's going to be a heck of a pitching staff. Roman Anthony, like I said, had a breakout WBC. Willie Abreu had a breakout WBC. I don't think he got the MVP, but I thought he should have gotten the MVP for Venezuela. Did he? No, because Michael Garcia got MVP,
No,
didn't
Garcia
he?
got it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought it should have been Willie Abreu. Um, so yeah, I had the Red Sox coming in first. Yankees, I have them coming in second. I just think they have the same similar team they did last year. I do think Brian Cashman is going to make some trade moves before the deadline, especially if they're in contention. But like they're not a bad team. They have to make just a few more moves. We'll see how Anthony Volpe plays out. Judge is healthy to start the year. Stanton's healthy to start the year, so that's a positive. Um, so yeah, I think the Yankees are going to be solid, especially with Cole and coming back soon. And then Blue Jays coming in third. But I just think they're gonna have a World Series hangover. They lost Bo Bichette. Vladdy's still gonna be Vladdy, but I think their expectations are gonna be high for them. But like I just think they're gonna slump a little bit. So yeah, Blue Jays coming in third. O's, they went out and got Pete Alonso. That doesn't do much for me. Pete Alonso's great, but they're pitching. I don't know if they made any pitching moves. I can't think of any at the top of my head. But yeah, the O's
Nothing that
coming in
was,
fourth,
yeah.
and the Rays coming in fifth. I just can't see the Rays being that good in this division.
Yeah. So the reason why I wanted you to go first was the sanity check me a little bit because I have the exact same thing.
Yeah,
I really do think though that you could make an argument
yeah, of
for the
course,
Red
of
Sox, the
course,
Yankees, the Blue Jays, and the Orioles in any order,
that's fair.
right?
I mean, yeah,
The Red Sox concern me a little bit
yeah,
because they
they're
did lose
young, they're really
Bregman
young. Yeah,
and they're young, but I like their pitching a lot,
yeah, the pitching is really
right?
good. Just no denying
If
that.
if you're gonna look at it as like, okay, best pitching staff, it's probably the Red Sox and the Yankees and the Blue
Mhm.
Jays and the O's and so on. But if you're looking at best offense, right? To me, it's still the Yanks, then the
Over the
Orioles, and then
Jays,
Toronto.
over the Jays,
I don't know. Like I'm
because the Jays got
it's
Vlad.
so tough
I think
because
I think a lot of players on the Blue Jays overperformed last year and in the
Exactly.
postseason. I don't know
Exactly.
if they
And
can
that's not
replicate
to say
that.
that they can't do it again and that
Right,
they're not good,
right.
but like, what do I expect from Addison Barger this year?
Yeah,
What do I expect from Ernie Clement this year? Like, it
right.
felt like those guys were like, this guy could win
Yeah,
the NL or the AL or the ALCS or World Series MVP. Is like, do
right.
I really expect it again? It's kind of my same take with Seattle and Cal Riley. Like, I
Mm,
expect a good season from him. I expect them to be a good team, but can they replicate exactly what they did last year? It's just hard. And like
yeah,
Bo Bichette, I get he's not that great defensively, but he's still like a huge bat in the lineup. And like they didn't like clearly replace him. It's tough.
right.
It's really tough. This is to
Yeah,
me the toughest division to pick because I think you
yeah.
can make an argument for the Orioles,
Mm,
the Blue Jays, the Yanks, and the Red Sox. But I'm gonna have the Red Sox winning it close and the
yeah,
Yankees making the postseason.
yeah.
Um,
I think three teams from this division make the postseason just like last year.
yeah, and it's the
So
Yanks, it's the Blue Jays, and it's the Red
we're
Sox,
hoping,
and it's
hoping the Yankees are in the
very
mix.
close.
We're hoping the
Like it's
Yankees are in
like
the mix, right?
it's going to be within probably 3-4 games at the
Yeah.
most.
Well, last year the Yankees and Blue Jays were tied. I remember you asking me like the Yankees were like 8 games behind the Blue Jays. You're like, what are the odds the Yankees, come back and win? I'm like, they're gonna come back, they're gonna tie, but the Blue Jays are gonna have the head to head, and that's like what happened. So
Yeah,
I could see something like that playing out again, especially with the Red Sox being. I think the Red Sox have
said that
they've
last year
improved.
though,
They've
so who
improved since last
knows?
year. Yeah, that's true. I was
Yeah,
high
I
on the
mean they
Red Sox
lost
last
Bregman.
year.
How big of an impact does Bregman
Yeah,
have? Right.
I feel like Bregman kind of had a regression year. So like, I don't think it's all that huge of a loss.
Yeah.
But
And another reason why obviously want to put the Yanks at one, but the Yanks struggle against Toronto. Last year was a perfect example of this. And it
yeah,
feels like that they've struggled in year past against the Red Sox. Maybe the stats don't back that up, but I feel like whenever we play the Red Sox, especially in Boston, we struggle.
right.
And it's like, okay, well, if they just take those games, the Red Sox play like well enough at Yankee Stadium that like it might just come down to they beat us a few more
Mm,
times than we beat them.
yeah.
So
If the Yankees win one more game in the regular season last year, they might be playing the World Series again. Like you just
totally.
don't know. But all
Mhm.
right. Anything else from the AL East? I'm
No, that's it. It
excited.
was tough to put. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was tough to put the Red Sox at one, but I feel like
Yeah.
when they got shoot, why am I blanking on his name? The pitcher,
Ranger Suarez.
Ranger Suarez. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Former
To me, it
Philly.
felt like okay, like that. There's a little energy here, and it felt like all their players performed in the WBC. So
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to the NL. Brain. Let's start with the Central. This one's could get interesting. You had the Cubs, Reds, and Brewers all make the postseason last year. Reds kind of had a crazy September and came back and out played the Mets to make the division or to make the postseason. Last year was Brewers, Cubs, Reds, Cards, Pirates. So yeah, give me your predictions here for 2026.
really, the Pirates finished last.
Yeah, they were
It
awful.
had to have been close.
They the Cardinals were 78 and 84. The Pirates were 71 and 91.
He said 78 versus 71.
Yep.
Damn, I thought it was closer than that. Okay. Um, that doesn't change anything for me. Um, I know that like the sexy pick is going to be the Cubs,
Right.
but the Brewers win this division
Hmm. Again?
because they do every year. They win 90 plus games every year. It feels like I'm not saying that they're going to win the World
Yeah.
Series because I don't think that happens.
No, they do it
But I
every
feel
year.
like
You're right.
every
You're right. It's the
year
same thing every year.
it's the same formula every year where everyone is off on the Brewers because they want to root for the Pirates or they want to root for the Reds, or they want to root for the Cubs, right? But the Brewers and Pat Murphy, they just figure it out,
Right.
right? I'm not saying it's not going to be close, but I really do think that the Brewers win this division still. I got the Cubs making the playoffs in two.
Hmm.
Um, still a very good team from last year. I know that they lost Kyle Tucker, but like Nico Horner, Michael Bush, like
Yeah.
I trust this team.
They smoked the
To
Yankees in preseason today. I don't know if you
yeah,
saw.
yeah. So I expect them to get to the dance. I'm gonna have the Pirates at three. I know a
Mm,
lot of people are high on the
wow.
Pirates. I liked what they did this offseason. Like I expect great stuff from Skeens and that pitching staff. I
Wow.
know that their bullpen is a little bit of a mess, but like I'm higher up on the Pirates than I think a lot of people would be because I like the addition of Marcel
Mm,
and Brendan Lau and like Ryan Reynolds had like a bad year last year, and it's
yeah.
like, is that going to happen twice?
Mm,
Maybe. But we'll see. And then I have the Reds 4, tough. I want to have the Reds higher, I really do. But Hunter Green's out, and I don't know how many games that accounts for, but probably a decent amount. And I have the Cardinals. I'm higher on the Cardinals than a lot of people. Like I think whatever the over under for wins for the Cardinals is, I'm taking the over, and it's probably like the biggest lock of the year because they're still a good organization. I know they've
yeah.
been bad for a few years, but I still trust them to win games here.
They'll figure it out.
Um, but I'm gonna have them at 5 just because like I think that they're definitely the worst, and maybe I shouldn't call them the worst, but they're definitely the youngest team in this division, and it feels like they're in a rebuild, and it's gonna take some time, and that's
Yeah.
okay. Um, but I'll leave it to you
Yeah.
to give your
Now
prediction.
it's like you go. I feel like for the Central too, you can go either way with any of these. But I have the Cubs finishing first. They went out and got Bregman. Hopefully that helps them out. I got bringing the Reds finishing second.
Whoa,
I'm high on the Reds. They kind of found a little bit of mojo when they made. I know they got smoked by the Dodgers in the wild card, but they found mojo toward the end there. Maybe they can build off that momentum for this season. Um, got the Reds 2, Brewers 3. I know, like you said, that every year they win 90 plus games and every year they get bounced in the first round. I think they take a step back this year, Braden. They haven't really made that many offseason moves. Yes, they're going to find ways to win games. But I just think their brand of baseball might finally catch up to them. We'll see. And they got the Cards coming in fourth and Pirates coming in fifth.
wow. So we're like completely misaligned on the
Yeah, we'll
Pirates
see. We'll come
and the
back in
Brewers.
September. Yeah, yeah.
And how many teams from this division make the postseason?
Mm, one. The Cubs.
Okay, so just the Cubs.
Yep.
I can't believe you're third on the Brewers.
I just
That's
think I don't know.
shocking.
Like
Like
they
I
got
agree
swept.
that like their brand of baseball could totally catch up to them, but like
They
we've been
got
saying that
swept
for
in
5 years.
they got smoked by the Dodgers last year. I feel like that can't be good for their
So
mental
did the
health.
Reds. The Reds did too.
Yeah, but that was different. The Reds weren't supposed to be there. The Reds were not supposed to be
I
there at all.
guess. I guess. They did get
That's
smoked by the
true.
Dodgers.
That's true. But like I feel the Brewers like took a beating from the Dodgers. Like
Fair,
everyone was rooting for the
fair.
Brewers and it was just like awful. Like it was
So you
bad.
don't have the Cubs making. Oh wait, no, you have the Cubs winning,
The
and then
Cubs
you
win
have
it.
the Reds. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I can't be too mad with that. I'd love that for the Reds.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe Cincy
but
bias there, but we'll see.
yeah, that's
All right.
fine.
Great. We got 4 minutes here. Do you want to try to sneak in the East
Or we
and
could
the
hop back
West?
on.
Yeah, or we could hop back on.
It's only 2. I think that the NL West is going to go really quick, and then there might be a little bit more conversation with the East. But whatever you want
Yeah.
to do, we can hop
Let's
back on. I'll take 10 minutes.
we could do the West real quick and then move on from to the East for the next. We'll do the East and then like awards predictions.
Okay, and we'll do a separate. We'll hop
Yeah.
back on.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
All right.
let's do the
I'll
West
let you
real
do
quick.
your standings. Cause I'll let you do your standings for what are you going to do, the East or the West here?
We'll do the West.
Okay. Got it.
West. I mean, West is pretty dry cut in stone for me. I think it's going to be Dodgers, Padres, Giants, D-backs, Rockies. I think, yeah, that's the same exact standings as it was last year. That's how I think it's going to go again. Like, obviously, the Dodgers are great. They go out and get Kyle Tucker this offseason. Um, and then they also have elite pitching staff, elite top to bottom hitters. Padres, I'm just still really high on them. Like they're going to win games. Giants, no, they're going to be good too. D-backs, I just think Corbin Carroll's injury, they just don't have much going for them. I want the D-backs to be really good, but I just can't see it. I can't see it happening. And the Rockies are just going to be awful. So
Yeah. Yeah, you made it easy. I had the exact same thing. I had the Padres making the postseason.
yeah, I think the Padres
I
make the
just think
postseason.
I just think at this point, like it's the standard.
Yeah,
Um Dodgers, I don't know what their over under is, but I'm taking the under just because everybody took the over last year. Everyone's like, this team's gonna win 106 games, and they won what, like 98? I don't know. They were close
right.
to 100. But Dodgers win this division. I don't know how you can say otherwise. Then Padres, Giants. I think we'll have a good season, but I think that the NL is, too top heavy for them. Snakes for the exact same reason, and Rockies. I expect them to be better than last year, but
They
I
won
know they added like
43
Michael
games.
Lorenzen decided to go
Yeah.
and pitch for the Rockies. So like they're gonna like you feel like that they gotta be a little bit better, but we'll see.
Right. Yeah, they won 43 games last year. And
Yeah,
so
like
if you get worse than that,
they're gonna be
that'll be
like
tough.
at what, 60? 60's fair. No?
Maybe like I don't know. Like I don't know. It's a tough division too. You gotta think about
Do you
that. Like they're
think
playing
do you
the
think that they lose 100 games? Probably.
yeah, they probably lose 100 games
You're
again.
probably right. They're probably at less than 60.
They probably win like six. They're probably like 60 and 102 ish or something like that.
Yeah,
So
sounds right.
all right, Brandon, let's move over to the NL East now. Again, this one's kind of a toss up. You got the Mets, Phils, Braves, Nats, Marlins. Last year, I had it on my notes, but I don't know. Okay. Last year, NL East finished Phillies, Mets, Phillies, Mets, Marlins, Braves, Nats. I forgot the Marlins kind of were decent last year. Yes, did you give me 1 through 5 last time or
No,
first?
I think it's my turn, right?
All right, yeah, your turn. Go ahead.
Yeah, you went first with the West, so
All right.
I'll go first with the East. Um, I get their aging. I get that there's like a little, people think like, oh, like Harper's getting old. They re-signed Schwarber, but like he's aging, and then Trey Turner, who had a great year last year, like you don't necessarily know like 100% what you're gonna get, but you're gonna Duran for a full year. I have high expectations for Sanchez. Um, I think I don't know. I feel like I have to put the Phillies at one because they've been good enough the last few years where they've earned my trust. So I'm gonna go the Phillies one. Um, see this is when it gets hard because my heart my heart says Atlanta. It really does. But I think Strider's starting the season on the IL. It's just like spring has kind of been a mess. It feels like it hasn't felt like it's gonna get better this
Ever
year.
since they had that
Won the
crazy
World
season in
Series, they've been a
2022.
mess.
Yeah, it's like they always dig themselves a hole and this can't dig themselves out of it to start the season. So go ahead.
Yeah. So my heart really wants the Braves here because there's a lot of players on the team I like. And I think that their ceiling is super high. I've heard of people saying, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I had the Braves in the NLCS last year. I can't imagine I picked the Dodgers, or I can't imagine I picked the Braves to beat the Dodgers last year. Um, but I think I had the Braves going far in the playoffs, and they missed it entirely. I finished fourth in division. Um, but I can't put them at um, I can't put them at two. I'm gonna have the Mets at two. Unfortunately, I think it is what it is there. I like the Peralta signing a lot. I think people don't talk about that enough. And they signed Bo Bichette. Like they really wanted Kyle Tucker, and the fact that they were able to kind of pivot, rather easily and go from Kyle Tucker to getting Bo Bichette while in the same move, not allowing the Phillies to get Bo Bichette because it seemed like Bo Bichette to the Phillies was almost a lock at that point in time. Um, I don't know. Like I is this team gonna miss the postseason 2 years in a row? Can you see that? I don't know. I can't see it. I'm not saying they're gonna win the World Series or anything. Um, Pitching is good, probably not great in my opinion. Um, so I'll go Mets two. Three, I'll go Braves. Four, I'll go Marlins. Five, I'll go Nats. Just because I feel like that's what makes sense. I think the Nats are arguably going to be the worst team in baseball. I just have zero
Yeah,
trust in them, and
yeah,
I love James Wood, and I even like CJ Abrams. I know he had some issues. I don't know if that was last year or the year before, but like I don't know. Like I don't think this team has won more than like I'd love to see what the record has been every year since they won the World Series because it feels like they've been bad like every year since
they're
that
bad.
World Series, and I just don't see it getting any better.
And they lost
Uh,
Mackenzie Gore.
and they lost Mackenzie Gore.
Was that the trade deadline or is
No, that was this offseason.
that was off season?
Um, and the Marlins, like, trust me, I would love to put the Marlins like up to two, even, right? I just think that like they have to earn that trust.
Yeah,
And they still have holes, right? Like, I don't know if you can really trust them. Um, I don't know how many wins they won last year, but it'll probably be around the same amount. So that's what I'll do. I'll go Phillies, Mets, Braves. Marlins Nats. And I think that's probably what most people are thinking.
Yeah. I agree with you for the most part. I have one thing flipped, Braden. This
Okay.
is the Mets division to lose. Um,
Whoa.
this is the Mets
Wait a
division
minute.
to lose. It's their year. Yeah, sure, they missed the postseason last year. I get it. They lost Pete Alonso to the O's. I get it. But Braden, I just think I can't see them having this good of a roster and then not making the playoffs 2 years ago. I think the fact that they missed the playoffs last year gives them a little bit of chip on their
I agree.
shoulder, right?
I agree.
I think they're going to play with something to prove. They go out and get Bo Bichette.
They lost Pete
McLean, is
Alonso.
favored to win the Cy Young. They did lose Pete Alonso. I get it, but they have Juan Soto. They have
Does
Bo
that
Bichette.
matter? Is Bo
Yes.
Bichette like a like that easy of a
I
replacement
don't
for a
want to say
guy
he's that
who's
easy
going
to
out there and
replace him,
hitting
but I
almost
just
50 homers every year?
yeah, I don't know. That's a good point. I can't
What do
see
you
them
do with
losing.
Lindor? And now you've got Bo Bichette, and it feels like you
Yeah,
got too many cooks in the kitchen in that side of the infield. I don't know.
I'm pretty. Bro, Bo played second in the World Series, didn't he?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
And
They
that's
also
I feel like
got
he'll be better
Simeon.
there anyway.
They got
Simeon,
Simeon. Like,
like I don't. Yeah, you're
what are they
right.
going
So
to do with him? Is he just going to be a platoon?
no, he'll play second, I guess, and I guess Bo will play third, right?
That's what I'm saying, though, is like,
I'm
I don't
sure.
know. I
Bo,
don't
they're
know what
not in
they're going to
there.
do.
Bo's not there to field ground ball. Bo's there to hit.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But yeah, I got the Mets winning. Phillies, Braden, yeah, they're kind of running it back. They lost Ranger Suarez. Zach Wheeler will be back, but I don't know. I think it's going to be a tight race between the Mets and Phillies. I think the Phillies are still going to make the
Yeah,
playoffs. They're still going to be good.
yeah.
I just think the Mets are going to finally dethrone the Phillies of the NL
Okay,
East. Um,
okay.
not that I would
So
want
that's
that
our
to
only
happen.
difference.
Not that I want that to happen. And then yeah, Braves, Marlins, Nats. Like you said, Nats are just awful. I wish they were good. They're just not. Braves, I think they have a little bit of a bounce back year, but I don't think they're on the Mets and Phillies level yet.
So
And
what
then
what odds? So you said obviously the Mets and the Phillies are making the postseason. What odds do you give the Braves legitimately to make the postseason?
less than 50%.
Okay, because
Just
you're
because the
high
NL
on.
West, just because the NL West, it's just like you got Padres, Dodgers, Giants. I think the Giants could sneak in this year. Um,
Okay, so your playoff not it doesn't need to be in any order, but your six playoff teams in the NL are
Dodgers,
okay,
Mets,
okay,
Phillies,
okay.
probably the Cubs again, and
Got
then
two more.
I I'm gonna go Giants. I think they're gonna be a little better than last year. And
Okay.
then I guess we can go with
Mets, Cubs, Dodgers, Padres. You get one more.
so it's between like the Reds, the Brewers, Giants. I think I'm gonna go with the Giants this year.
Okay, so you got three teams in the West.
Yep.
Make it easy. Okay.
Because the Giants they
Yeah, I would
didn't
have.
do they remember the Giants had that really good start and they had a really bad like June.
They got Devers and fell off.
Yeah, which was weird. Really
Very weird.
weird.
Very
But
weird.
they finished 81 and 81. So like it's not bad. Like it wasn't awful. They finished 500. I think
No,
I
and
think
the
the Giants
Giants.
take I think Giants take that next step and then
That's
because if you
fair.
think about it,
Yeah,
they finished 2 games out of the wild card spot last year. Like they just missed.
yeah. No, that's
So
fair. The Giants are one of those teams that like will be like you said, like 81 and 81, like kind of like the definition of mid, where it's like, oh, like they're kind of in that playoff race, but like no one's really looking at them as like a true contender or anything like that. And then they'll just have one year where they're like, this is the best team in baseball, right?
right.
It feels like that can happen any year with this team. But my NL playoff field, Phillies, Mets, Brewers, Cubs, Dodgers, Padres. They'll feel like the six best
Phillies,
teams in
Mets,
my
Brewers,
opinion.
Cubs. Oh, so you're going two from each division.
Yeah, I think I have to. Like I trust the Cubs, I trust the Padres, and I trust the Mets to figure it out.
That's fair.
Not to say that a team like the Giants can't get in, right? They could have a better season than the Padres, and that's just what
Yeah.
happens, right?
So we have the same playoff teams except for
I
you
have the
have the
Brewers
Brewers and I
and
have
you
the
have the
Giants.
Giants.
Like in no
Yeah,
particular order. That's just the same. Okay.
no particular
Fair enough.
order.
All right.
And
Do
then
you
in
want
the
to?
AL,
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. We'll do AL real quick.
I have the Yanks. I have the Red Sox, the Yanks,
Yep.
the Tigers. the
Okay.
Royals, the Mariners, and the Blue Jays.
Okay.
3 from the AL East,
I
1
think
from the others.
I think that's what I would go with too, except for I would have the Royals instead of the Tigers. Right?
So who do you have winning the division? You have the Royals.
And the
So you
Royals.
only have
So
one team from the Central getting in, or two.
Royals, M's,
Royals, Mariners,
and then
Red Sox, Yankees, Blue
okay, so
Jays.
that's five. Okay, then I guess I
You get
would
one.
throw in. I guess I would throw in the Guardians. I feel like they'll find a
Okay,
way to sneak in
that's
again.
fair. That's fair. Okay.
But I'm not. I don't know. I'd
So
have, I'd have to sit down and type that out just to see. But
yeah, yeah, no, that's fair.
yeah. Um, so we had two differences there.
Yeah,
You had
I got the
Tigers,
Tigers.
Royals, M's. Do you have
Tigers,
the
Royals.
Astros? Yeah, you did
No,
the Astros.
no,
Oh, you didn't.
not in
Yankees, Red Sox.
postseason. Am I missing one?
Yeah, I think you
Yankees,
only five.
Orioles, Toronto.
Oh, you had the Orioles.
Oh wait, no, that's wrong. Red Sox, Yankees, Blue Jays, Tigers, Royals, Mariners.
Okay,
6.
okay. I forgot about the Mariners
Yeah,
because
one
they're
team
kind of
from
like
the
a lock for
West, two
me. Like I
teams.
can't see them. Yeah,
Yeah,
Tigers, Royals. All right, so we basically have the same for that too, except for I have the Guardians and you have the Tigers.
yeah. You have the Guardians. I got the Tigers.
All right,
Basically.
all right. Let's get into. We're confusing our audience there. Let's get into um awards,
Sure.
awards. I was just thinking MVPs and Cy Youngs.
Okay.
Give me your AL MVP off the bat. Go.
AL MVP is Judge. Has to be. Runner
Obviously,
up is
right?
Bobby Witt. Has
Not
to be
unless
Bobby Witt.
Bobby Witt
Bobby Witt
Jr.
could totally win it. Bobby Witt could
I
ball
think
out and
I
like
think Bobby Witt Jr. is going to do it this year. I'm not saying
that's
Joe's going to have a
okay.
bad season, right?
That's okay. He looked incredible in the
Yeah.
World Baseball Classic.
I
Um,
think if the Royals are good, I think Bobby's going to win MVP. It's going to be like one of those things
fair.
like last year, like
Can't be.
whoever, like as long as the Royals are like there, he's going to have a crazy war with his defense. Sure,
Yeah.
he's not going to have as many home runs as Judge, but
No.
he's gonna the average is going to
Good
be
hitter.
there.
He's a great
The
hitter.
V is going to be there. So
Do you
I'm going to go
remember?
Bobby this year.
Do you
And if
remember
Bobby
last
doesn't win it
year
this
who?
year, he'll win it next year.
Do you remember like, who were the odds last year? Like, it was obviously Judge, and then do you remember who was
I,
second? Was it
I don't.
Bobby last year?
It had to have been. No, it was Cal.
I
Or you
don't
mean
know.
going
Did
into
they
the
have Cal
season?
at 2?
And going into the season, you mean? Oh, I have no idea
Yeah,
what that looked like.
yeah.
It's probably Judge, Bobby,
Then maybe I don't know if Cal would have been
maybe like Julio was in there.
or Vladdy or something
Yeah,
like that.
Vladdy, yeah. All
But
right,
yeah, it's Judge or Bobby for sure.
all right, cool. I got Bobby, you got Judge. I'm not going to complain if
Okay.
Judge gets another MVP, obviously. But all right, AL MVP, 3, 2, 1, Otani.
Yeah, it has to be Shohei.
Right, like I just can't see.
Has to be.
As long as he's playing, he's going to win the MVP
If
every
he's
year.
healthy, it has to
Yeah,
be Otani. Runner up,
yeah.
Soto's in that
That's more of a
conversation.
question. I think Soto's going to get runner up this year.
Acuna's in that conversation. You could potentially put Tatis in that conversation. It's
It'll
one
be
of those guys.
it'll be Otani, Soto, and
Yeah.
then maybe one more.
I don't know how you cannot give it to Otani if he's healthy.
Yeah, you. There's no way.
There's no
Can't.
way
Yep.
because he's
All
going to
right.
pitch and hit, and he's going to be elite at both. So,
Yep. Good point. All right. AL Cy Young, Brain. I got a hot take here.
do we want to do 3, 2, 1 just because we might be on the same page here?
Sure. I did 3, 2, 1 for Otani, but I feel that was pretty obvious. All right. 3, 2, 1 for AL Cy Young.
AL Cy Young.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Brian Wu.
Garrett Crochet.
Oh.
Whoa! Okay.
I knew you would. I knew you wouldn't.
Okay. I thought you were gonna because you were like, oh, I kind of got a hot take. I was like, okay, then he's not picking
No,
Scooble. And I'm
Crochet is
like, I'm
not
not
that
picking
hot.
Scooble.
Crochet is not that
I
hot.
don't. I mean, I
Because
guess not. But
what if Scooble
the
gets
obvious
traded
is
to NL?
Scooble.
What if Scooble gets traded to NL though? How does that even work? Like, would it be the AL or NL?
I think it's what you finish on. No.
I don't know. I'd have to look that up. Probably should know
Yeah.
that, but
I see. I just thought that you were gonna go like, oh, like
no,
I kind of got a
I
hot
thought
take. It's
about
not
Crochet.
Scooble. It's the second best
Yeah,
guy.
no, that was a hot one. Brian Wu.
Brian Wu caught me out of. What are his odds? Okay, plus 1,700.
what? I didn't even look at the odds. I kind of just I didn't want to go crochet. I
So
didn't want
they
to go
got Scoob.
school.
They got Scooble obviously with the best odds, and they got Crochet at 350. They got DeGrom at 1,000. Cole
Okay.
Reagan's at 1,200. Hunter
Okay.
Brown at 1,200. Max Fried at 1,300. Frambler at 1,400, and then Brian Wu at 1,700.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
So he's got the what? The eighth best odds
Yeah,
according to FanDuel.
that's a good one.
I
All right.
love that though. I
Yeah.
love that.
I didn't look at FanDuel for that one. I was just like, you know what, Brian was gonna have a breakout year.
Okay, cool. And
Um,
then we got to do NL.
yep, this one's easy.
Very easy.
3, 2, 1.
Paul
Skeens.
Skeens. Yeah. Yeah. How could you not? I mean, like
Yep.
Yamamoto, sure. You could totally throw him in that. Christopher Sanchez, I think, could have potentially
Now here's the thing though. The
huge,
Pirates
huge
have
year.
to win. The Pirates have to win some games this year. Because like
Have
I
to.
don't want to see Paul Skeens have another sub 3 ERA season and then just like be like what? How many did they win last year? Like 65?
No, it was like 70, 71 or
71. All
72.
right. You
So
gotta
yeah.
Pirates are goals to win 80 games.
I got them third in the division.
Yeah. Well, like you think that's like 80 games then?
Yeah.
80 like over 500 or subpar.
80.
Okay.
I don't know if I can go 82.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Pirates, your goal is to win 80. Just please win 80 games.
If you win 80 games, that's a great year for the Pirates.
All
Right?
right. Yeah. No, I agree. And then you can build off of that. Then maybe you don't got to trade Paul Skeens, but maybe if they really bad, Skeens go to the Yanks. So we'll see.
So who's second? Who's second? Is it Yamamoto? Is that the clear cut, like obvious
Yeah.
pick?
They could go Yamamoto. Probably could go like even like Shohei maybe if he pitches the full season, right? Um, thinking about that. Zach Wheeler will be up there if he's healthy.
Zach
But
Wheeler, Christopher Sanchez. People are high on Chris
we'll see.
Sale.
Yeah, Sanchez, Sale. We'll see. Striders,
Yeah.
who's going to be in the mix if he's healthy. So, wait, did the Blue Jays get Dylan Cease? Where did Cease
Yeah.
go again?
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, bro.
Forgot
Like
about
that's the thing is like I looked at a
I
few
think he's
of the
overrated. He's
Blue Jay-
overrated though. Like
Yeah, like he's definitely not underrated.
yeah.
He's
He
definitely
strikes
not
out a lot of
underrated.
guys, but like he walks a lot of guys too. So it's
Yep.
like, all right,
Yeah.
you good, Bray? I gotta hop off
I'm
here.
good, man. I think that covers everything. We're mostly on the same page as far as the standings are concerned.
Yeah,
One or two teams different,
for
maybe
sure.
how they all wrap up, but I
Yeah,
love Brian Wu. I love that.
there you go. Glad you
Awesome.
like that take. All
Yeah.
right, yeah. Thank you everyone for listening. I'll probably post this tomorrow, which is the day before opening day. So yeah, enjoy opening day, enjoy the season. Let us know
Live on
any hot
Netflix.
takes you have. Yeah, I think I'll be stream east in this one. So um or like listening on the radio. I could always do that too. But I'm not gonna pay $10 to watch one baseball game.
So, do we know
I'll,
what the
I'll
Netflix deal is?
what?
Is it only like the first game
I
is on
think it's
Netflix?
opening day and that's it. Like nothing else.
Yeah,
I
that'd be
could be wrong,
whack.
but
They think people are gonna buy Netflix
yeah.
just to watch opening day.
Yeah, it's all gimmicky. I guess they're having like Jameis Winston come
CC,
in. They're having like Jameis Winston come on as like a guest commentator and like two like WWE guys too. So they
like
could
the
like
Giants quarterback James Winston, or do you
yeah,
mean someone else?
no, like Jameis Winston, the backup Giants
Okay,
quarterback.
okay.
And then also like two WWE guys because I guess Netflix
Oh, forget
does
it.
Monday night.
Forget it.
Exactly.
Scrap it. Scrap it.
Gimmick.
Scrap
It's a
it. I'm over.
gimmick. Netflix
I'll
is
be
making
tuned in, but scrap it.
just watch it on mute, man. Or listen to
Oh man.
Susan and what's the new guy's name?
Listen to who?
The radio guy.
Oh, I see his face, which
Yeah,
is
I always
ironic
forget
because
his
it's the
name. Dave
radio,
Sims.
but I forget.
Dave Sims.
Yeah.
Listen to Dave and Susan on the radio. All right, I'm gonna
Awesome.
hop off here.
Great way to
Thanks
end
to
it.
everyone listening and go Yankees.
Yep. Go Yanks. See you guys.